It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know. Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
Have we any more knuckle pies?
You look like you could do with a drink. Coming right up? Don't be a stranger, Sid.
What do we know, Otto?
Some lads from the Imperial garrison in Rosaria started a fight. Blood was spilled. Bones were broken. The usual. But somewhere in the middle of it all, Martha vanished.
You think this...
Of course it bloody was. Ever since Eastpool, the Empire's been tightening its grip round the duchies. They've strung up everyone who's ever set eyes on a runaway, claiming they're traitors to the Holy Throne, conspiring to restore the House of Ros. I know it sounds like the bastards have turned their attentions to the pallbearers meek enough. Naturally, old Martha could see the way the wind was blowing. Complained that it was getting harder and harder to...
And now she's fallen into the hands of the Empire.
A couple of curse breakers are already on their way to the inn. They should speed up the search. But if this is a...
Don't worry, Otto.
If you need volunteers... Just say the word. I'm a dab hand when it comes to the old fisticuffs.
Of course.
It's not that I don't trust Cole to do his bit, you understand? It's that I don't trust the Empire to show any of us any mercy if we get in their way.
Martha is a survivor. We'll find her. And how may I assist you today?
One would think.
I admit. A far more reputable fellowship. My beloved homeland. Or at least, it was. My beloved homeland. Or at least, it was. Then I bid you good day. Ah, my favorite Once more? Very well. Yes, perhaps a little revision might not go. One must understand one's place in the world. Very good.
If you need volunteers, just say the word. I'm a dab hand when it comes to the old fisticuffs.
Finish with that lot.
Welcome back, Sid.
Damn blighted bilge. Aside from the holes in my...
The lake water doesn't agree with...
That's one way of putting it. And unless you got some grand scheme to suck the black from the lake like we do in that slurry will keep eating away at the timber like young Tech does our lemon tarts. Assuming we had any. Pit out the old tub's got more than a...
Of course, your skiff is our only means of...
Well, to make now. I'm not so unkind as to ask you to fell a faraway forest and lug the logs back here to... And it...
Sounds easier than... Easier than felling a forest, I said. Trees don't have teeth.
Stay down!
I can't imagine Obelisk needing any more than this. Time to head home.
What happened here?
Come on. We need to find the others.
Finish with that log, so
Welcome back, Sid.
Well?
Find is one way of putting it.
Ugh! Reeks like a chocobo's arse. I don't...
I'll go.
Yeah. Same as me old man. He was a...
I'm sorry, Sid. We were too late. The Imperials have already left.
We're best off staying where we are for now, I reckon. The boys from the garrison might still be nearby.
Let's get you to Ff16, shall we?
I'm sorry. Oh, I think I twisted something.
Sid? I trust you don't mind. Also thought you might need some help. And it appears he was...
Because they're saying the Imperials ascended like a storm. No one was spared their fury. Martha tried to step in and calm things down, but... all our efforts got her were a pair of iron shackles and a hard march.
Any idea where?
Judging by their tracks, they headed towards Sorrowwise Bay.
To the Abbey sheltering Martha's bearers.
The bastards. Jill and I will go after them. You take care of the people here.
We will. But, before one of the locals heard something. He said, I don't know how big this is, but it doesn't sound good.
You do the same.
What in the world is going on?
Lads from the garrison all poured in, sword swinging, and took Martha away.
Cole is right. That was no tavern brawl. It was a message.
But a culling. Bearers are the property of the Empire. The garrison wouldn't have the authority to act alone. The orders would have had to have come from higher up.
Good to see you, Sid. The soldiers who did this are long gone, I'm afraid. We're doing what we can to treat the wounded.
Anything catch your eye? Very well.
If those Orsons touch an hair on Martha's head, I'll kill them all myself.
Don't get surrounded. Look. Up ahead. Martha, are you hurt?
Don't worry about me. It's them at the Abbey who need you. You have to do something.
Tell us what happened.
What happened? The damn Black Shields, that's what happened.
The Black Shields?
The bastards caught wind. The abbot and I were helping bearers. They were gonna hang us both. When the sick rose from their beds. Poor souls turned on the Imperials. Distracted them long enough for me to get away.
Then... they may still be alive. Martha, do you think you can make it back to the inn?
I think so.
Black Shield. Is this some sort of twisted joke? There has only ever been one Order of Shields in Rosaria, and they fought to defend all her citizens.
Seems a step too far, even for the Empire. Are we too late?
There might still be someone inside.
No.
Damn it.
I thought you lot were all spent.
Murderers. They drove the bearers to this.
Wait. These two aren't turned.
That bitch of an innkeeper must have sent them. Colluding with the enemies of the Empire is a serious offence.
And for their crimes shall they be punished. Such is the law. To dwell in darkness that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these our sword.
How dare you speak those words? Have you no honor?
Clive.
This won't take long. Is that all of them?
I think so. I didn't see the abbot. He may still be alive. The abbot.
The bearers died protecting him, calling upon what little magic they had left in their bodies.
Clive.
We're friends of Martha. They are.
Rosaria will never be saved. Tell Martha to beg his aid. And
Sid! Where are you? Sid!
In here!
Clive. He's gone.
We've laid the abbot to rest. But the bearers... they didn't need to die like this.
No, they didn't. But it was their choice. They knew the fate that awaited them and chose to meet it on their terms, fighting for those who fought for them.
Martha said they rose from their beds, threw themselves at the Imperial.
I've gathered the bearers' remains. We should consign them to the top.
There's a drawbridge not far from here. Radix jump. The currents there are swift. If the abbot was still with us, he'd have taken the dust there himself and performed the casting.
I'll do it.
Of course. Cole and I will remain here and see to the Imperials.
Do you think it's spotted us, Torgal? What am I saying? Of course it has. It's a floating eyeball. Forgive me.
Try not to move.
can only make it worse.
Thanks for heeding the call.
And they called themselves
Oi, look sharp!
Thank you, Founder. Thank you.
Show them. Nice try. Nice try. Thanks, boy. Too slow. You're a fine hound. Nice try. Nice try. It's us or them. Too slow. Nice try. Too slow. You didn't see that coming. That must be the bridge. So shall the waters cleanse thee of thy burden, and bear it out to sea.
And now they are truly free.
I hope so.
A pyre was made. It's more than they deserve. Cole is worried about Martha.
All right.
Best off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
We'll return to the hideaway as soon as we've finished our ministrations.
No one survived.
I'm sorry. Before...
Doesn't mean I won't. Doesn't mean their blood's not... Cole said you cast their remains, but it should have been me.
How?
But I did. And I turned it. The rumours started moons ago. Of black-clad devils. I assumed it was all just nothing but a ghost story meant to make folk think twice about lending a hand.
And in ordinary times you would have been right. Which begs the question, why do it at all? My mother obviously has a hand in this. I cannot make sense of her actions.
And picking what goes on in that woman's head is a job for someone with more time on their hands. Right now, I need swords and men to wield them, preferably big ones. If those Imperials think they can come in here again and threaten my people, they're in for a... Oh, before I forget, Astolus from Ott. He asked me to tell you that Gav has returned.
Then we must as well.
We can stay longer.
No need. I'll be ready should the Imperials come calling. Though I wouldn't turn my nose up if you were to lend me a pair of them strapping young...
We'll return to the hideaway as soon as we've finished our administration.
Try not to move. You'll only make it worse.
Oi! You, of course you are. Bet you... Now, question is, are you willing to use...
Chocobo?
You heard me right. And not just any... Whiteheart and her flock are the bravest birds you ever did see.
Chocobo?
It's true. Why, they saved me from a gang of footpads only yesterday. Oh, go on, then. There's a...
Where can I find...
I saw him cut across the way over yonder. The rotten scoundrels were driving the poor things toward... You save Whiteheart and her flock, you hear me? There ain't... And don't worry.
I'm sure I will.
And good luck to you.
Soldiers from the garrison just stormed in unannounced and started smashing up the place.
Try not to move. You'll only make it worse.
A white feather. I thought Ambrosia was one of a kind. Speaking of brave birds, looks like they went that way. These chocobos aren't going down without a fight.
We got you cornered, Feathers. You didn't think you'd seen the last of us, did you? You've been bad for business. But I
Not around here.
Oh. And why's that, eh?
Because she's something of a hero in these parts. You hurt her.
Piss off. Or better still, how about we...
All right, then. But don't say I didn't warn you. You're safe now. White Hart, I presume. Do you know her, boy? That scar. It couldn't be. Ambrosia. It is you. You survived. And you found yourself a flock.
Oi! Is it over? I thought I'd come and see how you were getting on. Oh, you sorted the bastards then? And the whole flock?
Thankfully, they did. And not only that.
Well, I'll be. I never stopped to think our hero here might once have been someone's mound. Though I dare say she'd suit a fine fellow like yourself. Reckon our feathered friend must have learned a thing or two from her master. Kind-hearted warrior that you are. Bird like her would have cost a princely sum.
Well...
Oh, no, sorry. I didn't mean to pry. Don't matter who.
What is it, girl?
She wants her master back up. Told you. And it's...
Is that it? You want to come with me?
Well, bugger me if this ain't a heartwarming sight. The lads down the stables will be hearing... Oh! Stay... Doesn't she cut an handsome figure, eh?
She does indeed. How much do I owe you?
Ah, a few scraps of leather's the very least I owe old White Hart. Oh, I'll be sad to see her go, of course. But she's earned her right to happiness and more besides. Don't you worry, we'll get along just fine without her. You hear that, White Hart? You've earned yourself some time off. You have fun traveling with your master now. You seem awful familiar now I get a proper look at you. That's it. When those chocobos swarmed my cart on the road, didn't you? No, that can't be right. That fellow was a bearer.
Must have been my double.
Oh, must have been, eh? Oh, that'll be the excitement getting to me. Silly sod that I am. Anyhow, best be on my way. Good luck to the both of you.
You take care of your flock for now. I'll call you when I need you. Thanks, girl. Where's Gav?
I hear there's trouble.
On autumn's breath, ill tidings born, on earth my home in twain. Ah, Clive! How I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first?
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Arthur.
While the two nations beat their shields, the rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming. It's time we moved on the Mother Crystals. Four Mother Crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rosfield.
Lord Byron Rosfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait, Rosfield. And you're a Rosfield, of course.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune. Along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
What are we waiting for, indeed?
Think it's all right to touch him?
I don't know. You go first.
Won't be long now, Martel. Sid, I was hoping to speak to you.
Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah, it's just, well, as you know, we've been trying to grow fruit down here.
It's good to know that something of the old hideaway still lives on.
Martel's pride and joy. It was a sapling when she rescued it from the rubble, but look at it now. All our hard work's finally paying off. I took it on, you see, after she... Well, and not only is it ready, it's actually tasty. Sweet as you like him.
Impressive.
I thought this first harvest could go to the curse breakers. On account of you couldn't take them some, could you?
It'll be nice, but...
Oh, she always had a soft... Here you go. You hear that, Martel?
Did you come through the forge today?
I hear there's trouble in Rosaria.
That room's as ragged as...
You two look like you could use something to eat.
Martel. Now, where have I heard that name before?
Weren't she the girl from the Furrows?
Course she was.
Aye, and brave as a bane might. Remember when she ran back into the hideaway to collect them trees when Titan attacked?
Please, Aunt. Those apples. She'd have been proud, and rightly so.
Others weren't so lucky, though.
A gift from the back.
Blimey, these take me back. I haven't seen a hideaway apple since. Old Sid was the only one who could stomach the things. He'd nab 'em right from the branch, made Martel livid. Not that anyone could stay mad at the man for long.
That sounds like the Sid I knew, all right.
Planning on keeping that lot to yourselves? Hang on. He's on, Mum. I'm glad to see someone carried on what she started. Can't have been easy, not in the Deadlands. Reckon she'd be happy knowing all her hard work didn't go to waste. Clive, tell the lad down in the backyard to run some over for me, will you?
Not so much as a thank you. Well, you can leave the basket with me. I'll see that the others get their share. Oh,
That was the last of the apples. I should head to the backyard and pass along everyone's regards.
Oh, Clive!
The patrons, does that mean someone else is taking care of our friend?
Oh, no, that's still me. It's just Karen has her toll, Blackthorn has his hammer. I thought a new name might liven things up. I still catalogue every item that arrives, in addition to setting aside those tokens of appreciation the sender has specified are to be presented to you. Business is busy. Still, words are immortal. Come to claim your just desserts? You earned this. All yours. Hasn't been delivered yet, I'm afraid.
Fancy a look at the list, do you? Oh, same old. So, oh. And Sid? But he's still with us too. Here you go. Think you can help?
What's the matter, Nectar? The hunt board? It's where the curse breakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts. Those that might pose a threat to our operations if they were left to... Just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted, doesn't mean they can't be dealt with later. Right. Well, the people of Valisthea are going through a lot already. But with the blight, the last thing they need is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of everything else. And perhaps I can... learn things.
Ah, my favorite pupil.
What is it that you wish to learn?
Here you are. The state of the realm is ever-changing, Clive.
So Mather's all right.
Them old apples were.
That room's as ragged as...
Think it's all right to touch him?
It's not the
The Cursebreakers sent their thanks. They were clearly very fond of Martel.
They remembered her. I suppose she was very kind, even to a tongue-tied lummox like me. You were one of the good ones, Martel. She put everything into her work. She wasn't going to rest until we had fruit sweet enough to enjoy. And now we do. When she died, I named a sapling after her. And now it's a full-grown tree. Martel lives on through the fruit.
And through you.
I didn't do anything, really.
By the way, Otto's expecting some of your crop.
Of course not. I'll see the... They like your fruit, Martel. Isn't that wonderful?
don't just stand there gawping. You'll not find a better price than that. It'd better all be here. Finished, are you?
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Come on.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends?
That room's as ragged as...
So Mather's all right.
Keep them pilchards nice and chilled.
Look at this place. We spent half a day.
The granaries are almost empty. If you're looking to partake in the Meadows bounty, now might be your last chance.
All anyone ever wants anymore is water, great. How am I supposed to make a living?
How the hell is anyone supposed to...
Welcome, welcome. Come back again.
That's what I think it is. This isn't gonna be easy. rest well. I know I will. Come on.
Yeah!
You deserve a rest.
Mockery of justice is what it is.
Quiet, you!
Jill.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her. That she... 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all, for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small?
Then they must be here for...
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
All right.
You're a long way from home, aren't you? There you are. I suppose we won't be seeing you again.
Excuse me.
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble.
There have been attacks on the garrison, supplies. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants...
Don't they, Chuck?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprit. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take...
We're going hunting for outlaws.
How'd you like that, boy?
Run along now, before one of the boys starts thinking.
Word is, Port Isolde's closed her gates to all but the Highborn.
You seen them?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shield. At least I think there was a Black Shield.
Was this the first time they've...
What do you think? And they thought...
If only we were. I might have turned him in and become a Black Shield myself.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know. But we need to find out. Greetings, friend.
I know that.
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers.
Don't you go telling these strange... I speak for the people of this village. You are to leave Amber...
May I at least...
I don't know who you are or what brings you here. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then this village will not be...
Then we shall be on up. These people live with a knife to their throats. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
We still don't know who the Black Shields...
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosari would have the courage to stand against the Empire? A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find... Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Ever since the Apollo tree, we've seen more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waking them? The Mother Crystals collapse?
I have an idea. You're not going to like it. more of my mother's men.
Blood, Clive.
And still wet.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shield.
You know who we are. And still, why then? We owe you our thanks. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On...
Say that again. I'll show you a true shift, Rosarian. Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking?
Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Old Hill.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry. Find something, boy. Death.
Found her.
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone...
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Oh, Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Yes.
We can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
Not here. We're approaching Newer Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
Run like the wind.
No need to ride from here.
Didn't happen to come by way of Oldhill, did you? Saw some Imperials clad in black making for the docks just the other day. The next morn, you couldn't see the sun for all the ravens.
I did, Mummy. I could hear him shouting from down the road.
Hush now. You didn't hear nothing. They tell us there's a curfew, but then refuse us passage back to our homes.
Passage to the provincial capital is restricted to Imperial Army personnel.
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
I'm hungry.
You find no succor to the south travellers, nor beyond the Bua. The Empire has seen.
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better. That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Let us pass! My children are starving! Have mercy! Voice-rinsed dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep!
Better out there than in here!
Oh,
Now,
enough
fuck off!
Hang it, chinless bastards! Those crystals belong to us all!
I said, where were you, filth?
Back
to your style! Cut you down where you stand!
Destroy it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in. I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. The Lazarus. We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. The entire place, look, do you think it's safe?
As long as it is a...
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for. Now we know why the refugees didn't come here.
Keep looking then.
This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Not abandoned, then.
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out. Or not.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died. Huh? Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
It is. So wait.
We can speak inside.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye. The foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we. Make ready. This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves Shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
Buck up, man. At least you're not dead.
I suppose we owe you our thanks. You spared us when you could have just as easily sent us to the mud.
We'll show them that the fire in our hearts is not so easily quenched.
You're telling me that's the Archduke's son?
In the flesh. Saw him once when I was your age. He had that same look in his eyes.
My lord.
As you wish, my lord. It has been an honor.
Tell us then, Sir Wade.
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians. The Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can...
How small
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company.
But until we arrived, that was your plan.
So Wade, the bearers from Old Hill have been laid.
Very good.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the...
And so we...
We'll keep them from the bridge. Don't you worry.
You'd better. Brother Wade's life depends upon it.
The blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Ready, go? Yeah!
Look at me sideways. How was the Black Shields?
Come along now.
Bastards are lucky I didn't have mine.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
Be safe.
What is it now? I told you!
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the... Ha!
You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy could guard aught against the might of the Die along with your flame! For Azaria!
For Azaria!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern to fight their battle for them.
More dragons.
Worms. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
A noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
To me, flames!
There's no one left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
You mean finish him?
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight...
Perhaps this will be enough.
Perhaps.
though I... doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions wrecked.
And then it will all... I often wonder if the nation we once knew, her fields rot. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die, and her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over...
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrisons? A sound strategy.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the... And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience...
And appearance. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, where he would be of no... And so, though it sickens him, it is why...
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which... It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where you're loyal.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men... If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord...
Thank you, Zoe. If there is ever anything...
I know.
How accommodating. Do you really think that... believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosefield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint of the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford. So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster?
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us, then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she?
Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days.
Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that the lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others. Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom, but Vivian could probably make an educated guess.